This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Colorado. I'm here at Colorado Springs Garage Floors. Since 2017, this family-owned business has provided quality work for your residential garage floors, from concrete prep to the top coat, ensuring that you have a lifetime of satisfaction with your floors, both residential and commercial. I'm joined with the founder, Steve, and the general manager, Alyssa. Thanks so much for joining us here, guys.
Thanks so much.
I'm going to start off a little bit about yourself. You basically moved to Colorado Springs back in the early 90s. You continued to share and learn more about this particular industry. Share with me a little bit what you did before you launched out on your own.
I'm a software engineer by trade, and so I've been in the software industry 35 years. And I always tell the story, I was told you can have kids or you can have money. And I had 4 kids. And a friend of mine who owned a concrete resurfacing business asked me if I would work with him like weekends and evenings to make some extra money. And that's how I started. And then when he moved out of the state, he asked me if I wanted to take over the residential garage floor business. And that's when we got started.
Here we are today. Alyssa, you're the general manager, but you're also the daughter in this family-owned and operated company alongside mom and dad. Why was joining the business really kind of a great fit for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I have been in a lot of different industries. I ran a taekwondo school when I was younger. I've been in retail, food service for many years. And so I had a lot of exposure in different leadership aspects of running different things, business mentalities, different things like that. And when Dad and I talked about the general manager position opening up, I actually was working at the Olympic Committee, and I was like, you know what, let's just do it. I want to be able to still do taekwondo, but I'll help my dad and run the business and everything like that. So about a year ago, I jumped in June, and we've just been growing and building ever since.
That is very cool. Alyssa, according to the American Housing Survey, 63% of all occupied housing units have a garage or a carport. Is a garage much more than just a place to park our automobiles for most of us?
It is, and actually it's becoming more and more of a lifestyle. You're not just parking your car in. It becomes a place where you can invite people in. On Halloween, we open up our garage. We have a fire pit. We do burgers and dogs for trick-or-treaters. So for us, it's a lifestyle, and a lot more people, as we talk to real estate agents and things like that, are starting to talk about how garages are making the sale, because people are starting to entertain more in their garages and show it off more. So.
Absolutely. I see people watching Bronco games all the time in their garages. I mean, this is definitely an extension. Really, the garage is an extension of our home. It is a living space that has many uses. Are the floors on most of these garages, Steve, concrete to start out with, regardless of the age of the house?
Yes, they're usually concrete, and we find that like the older garages, some of them are in really good condition, the concrete, but some of them can have a lot of spalling and degradation, so we might have to come in and do a little repair work and stuff before we can coat the floor. But the majority of them have a concrete that is recoverable or is new, and so we can cover most every garage floor.
Safe to say, garage floors take a lot of punishment, resulting in nicks, dings, cracks, stains, and other unsightly blemishes. Is this where resurfacing can be beneficial?
Absolutely, because as you guys are here in Colorado, you know that winter is like 300 days of the year almost. And I know Colorado's moving away from a lot of salt on the snow removal and everything like that, but not everybody's gotten there. And so you can tell driving in where the car sits, it just degrades the concrete right there. And what's amazing about the polyaspartic is it just helps protect that from anything future happening. So it's common in Colorado. I'm sure it's common in other places too.
You bet, definitely so. So resurfacing evens out the imperfections. It covers up really ugliness, if you will, and gives the floor a uniform level and appearance. Is the first step to success, Steve, really in the prepping? And is that really that separates the professionals from the amateurs out there?
Absolutely, yes. Like I said before, one of the first steps we do is we will grind the concrete. If there's any places that need to be repaired, we'll use a repair product on that, and then it basically the grinding of the concrete opens up the pores So when we apply our product, it has something to anchor to, which gets rid of all the grease and oils and grime and dirt and stuff like that. So versus if you're doing a home-based solution, you might acid wash it, or some people don't even clean it. They might even pressure wash it. So it doesn't really last that long because it doesn't anchor in well.
Interesting. You specialize in residential Polyaspartic flooring?
Yes.
Is that what that's called?
Yes.
Coating. Share with us why this product gives a superior and long-lasting floor, and how does that differ from maybe epoxy?
Okay. Usually people will call me and they'll say, hey Steve, do you do epoxy or do you do that new stuff? And our supplier has been providing Polyaspartic since 1987. So it's not a new product. It's just a matter of educating the public that it exists. The Polyaspartic is about 3 to 5 times more durable than epoxy. It also goes down in a much broader temperature range. Epoxy, you have to be like 50 degrees or warmer, which in Colorado would close us down how many months out of the year? Polyaspartic can go down between minus 20 and 200 degrees. I don't like working in those extreme ranges, but the product will go down. She worked on a garage a couple years ago when we did the service base for Toyota down in Motor City, and when she walked off the floor with the wind chill factor, it was like minus 17. So we can put it down year round. I tell people, if we can get our work trailer to your job site, we can install.
So it's just a matter of educating folks out there what the product is and teach them how to say it. Polyaspartic.
Yes. And they say, how do you spell it? I said, just like it sounds.
Excellent. Another finish that is an option is floor polishing. Before we discuss your floor polishing process, first explain what is traditional concrete polishing.
Okay. Traditional polishing is when you grind the concrete to where the aggregate starts to expose. So you start to see the rock and the stone that's in the concrete start to appear more and more. And there's different grades of polishing you can do. The larger the aggregate, the more you're grinding it. And so it's a cost perspective. The larger the aggregate, the more you're grinding, the higher the cost. The disadvantage of doing a polish, though, is that when you polish a floor, you'll have still the ability to stain it, and the concrete is still porous. And so if you spill something on it, to fix that or to repair it, it's a costly thing. So we try to turn people more away from necessarily polishing to more of a resinous finish, which we have other flakes that can simulate polished concrete, which simulates an aggregate, which will be just like a garage floor coating, but with a different flake style that will show a simulated aggregate, but the floor is protected from spilling and all that kind of stuff for staining.
So does your process actually save people money, and does it still protect the floor? So do you kind of feel it's more superior than the more traditional approach?
Like I said, the polished concrete will still leave the pores open, but when we do a resinous finish that simulates it, then that will have a seal, and it's also easier to clean and maintain. And it is cheaper. It is cheaper to do a resinous finish than it is to do a polished floor, almost by half.
Wow,
yes.
That is impressive. And you have also expanded your services beyond residential, and you provide slide lock commercial concrete floor coating. Why is slide lock a great choice for a commercial application?
So Slide Lock is the company that we get all of our chemical from.
Okay.
They're based in Arizona. Like my dad said, they've been around since 1987. Brian is the dad, and Sam is the son. We talked to both of them. I talked to him twice this morning already. Wow. So we have a lot of personal connection with them, which is wonderful. But what's good about using that company is that they keep it close to home, so they know exactly what's going on with their product. Okay. They don't outsource it to where they don't know what's going on throughout the entire process. And what's good about that is they can guarantee their product because it's theirs. So when we do things residential or commercial, we have the security that as long as it's prepped properly and it goes down, we can warranty that project, and we can stand by it and say this is the guarantee that we have. So it's a good product no matter what area you're looking at, so that you know that you have the security of not having to come back and it's peeling up because you drove hot tires on it, which is really nice. So
Nice having them just a phone call away, working so closely with them like that. I mean, I imagine commercial floor coatings have to be tough. Even more so than residential, be it warehouses, churches, car dealerships. I mean, your team has installed all of these. Is there no job that's too big or too small?
It's just a matter of having the schedule available to be able to do it. And so, like I said, yeah, we've done the churches, I think, is one of our largest jobs. We've done the service bays at Toyota. We've done different warehouses. We actually just finished up on Saturday Urban Lighting, a new showroom. And Alyssa can describe to that a product, the polish solution.
The polish solutions, they were really looking for something that was they wanted a contemporary look because they have the steel beams and everything in there, and so they wanted it to look clean, but with that natural kind of, not warehouse look, but kind of that edgy kind of look, the urban look.
Yes.
And so we were able to get them away from just doing like an acid stain or things like that, and something that's going to be so much more durable long term. And I'm so excited because one of their rooms has my favorite flake in it. It's called Flintstone, and it looks almost like Colorado concrete, where it has the red rocks and the black rock and the gray rock, and it's absolutely beautiful. So that's probably been my favorite my favorite commercial job that we've done, besides going down to Pueblo and doing concrete warehouses. So it's been cool.
And so now we'll have that environment. It's a retail environment.
Yeah.
So if we say clients, we don't have to say, go to this resident and ask them if you can see their place. It's
very nice.
It's a public place, so they can go see two different areas of the floor with two different flakes in a showroom without really having to ask permission.
And see some cool lights at the same time.
Yeah, like.
And we're still going to have to get imagery so we can put it on the screen so people can take a look. It sounds really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the floors look great when you guys are done, but more than looks, is safety an issue in commercial locations, and can non-slip be beneficial?
Yes. When we put down the flake, the floor is not super slick because the flake still has the texture in the floor. Even where we're doing the polish solution, or we're doing a standard garage flake. So having that texture in there doesn't give it the slickness. In fact, even if we have customers say we want a solid color floor, we'll still recommend that we put flake in the floor to give it the aggregate, even if it matches the solid color that they're doing. And also, as an option, at really no cost, we can add, it's called aluminum oxide in the top coat, which will give it a little bit of texture as well.
Interesting. So you're definitely safety there if the consumer's looking for that. Obviously, majority of your jobs are in the garage of residential. You're moving more and more into commercial all the time. I imagine these floors can be beautiful in any area, even patios. It doesn't have to be garages. Can you tell me some of the applications that you've been able to beautify out there?
Yeah, so besides garages and commercial, we've done patios. I know that there's some pictures on our website from that. We were able to put some flake down for that. We're also stepping into sealants and stains for patios and things that are outdoors, where we don't have to. So when we grind a floor, it takes away the texture. And so that's why it's a big safety thing to put down the flake, because we want to put texture back in it so there's no slipping. When we grind patios or porches, it takes away that brush that's in concrete, and it makes it slick. So when we now do stains, we actually clean it, and then we get to leave that texture there, but still give you that beautiful, rich color. And we have like 20 different colors for it. It's going to be great, but it's able to leave that. So garages, commercial, porches, patios, we seal driveways. I know we have a ton of building in Colorado right now, and so sealing concrete to be able to hinder the pocking and the all of the salt and everything that we talked about earlier, just being able to get ahead of that and seal it so that that doesn't happen as much. So we also do that. We also do cleanings. So if, let's say, someone either did their own floor or we did it or anything like that, we actually come in and we bring in our pressure washers and our soaps and everything like that, and we will clean the floor to be able to give them that like new look. So yeah, lots of different things.
Wow. We also do floors that have been finished, and also just plain concrete garage floors as well.
Yeah,
we can clean them both.
So great for basements, anything like that, you name it.
Yeah.
Many applications, definitely you've gone beyond garages. Alyssa, obviously this is not a do-it-yourself kind of project. You need a professional to come in. What would you say sets you apart from competitors out there?
Absolutely. So there's two major things that set us apart. Number one is we actually use three coats of our same product, not two coats of a mixture of different kinds of products. And what that does, we use all three Polyaspartic. We don't do an epoxy as a base coat and then a Polyaspartic as a top coat. That does two things. Number one, it makes it so that there's no chemical mishaps. I know we all took chemistry probably at one time in our life, but when chemicals mix together properly, they set properly. So that's number one. We use all three layers of the same product. The other thing is we do 3 layers instead of 2. One of the most important things, especially in Colorado, is because of how much our temperature fluctuates. If you're only doing 2 coats, think about it. You put a layer of product down, and then you're putting something that's it's a porous chip.
Yep.
Half the product from that first layer is going to adhere to the chip, but then only half of it's going to anchor to the floor. So if you only do 2 coats, you're only getting half of the anchoring power, and it might have a chance to peel. That's why we do a first coat, a primer coat, so that it can fully anchor into the floor. Then we do the pigment and flake coat and our top coat, just so that we can offer that lifetime warranty that we give for that. And that's covered by slide lock as well. So 15 years from our slide lock provider. We go above because honestly, if your floor hasn't happened if nothing's happened in 15 years, nothing's going to happen in another 15 years. So that's why we offer a lifetime warranty to all of our customers. Yeah, because you spent the money on it and you took the time to find us, and we want to be able to give you that personalization. We are family owned and operated. We want to invite you into our family. That's why we do perks like customer appreciation barbecues and referral fees and all of that, is because we don't want to just be a client relationship. We want to get to know you and how your life is and everything like that.
That is excellent. A new kind of garage floor. As we said before, the garage is an extension of our living space. We want them more than just functional. We may want to pull the cars out and extend our living space. How do your garage storage solutions help us do that?
Yeah, so we have been working with Slide Lock to be able to get some new cabinets, and we're really excited about them. We've been able to, we can put them together, and they make everything look so clean.
Yeah.
Because then, I mean, some people like to see everything they have and put it all out. I know a lot of guys that are like that. I like my stuff hidden and put behind cabinets. My kitchen counter stays clean because I want it up in cabinets. It's the same for garages. You just are able to we can do all different formations. I have lots of different options. I custom design them as well. I kind of hear what you're looking for, and then I custom design them. We go through lots of iterations to make sure it's exactly what you want. Then we order it, we come put it in, and it's solid. It's going to stay. So I like it.
You obviously are excited about sharing that with folks out there. Is this rewarding work for you when you get to see that take place?
Yes. I mean, you should see my Pinterest boards. I am all about design. That is, I mean, my dad and I have bets all the time about even flake colors.
Interesting.
Because that is my thing. I like the final look, the design. It feels super accomplished, and you're like, oh, now everything's put away, and
Somebody who has passion like that is who I want to do my garage because definitely, like you say, you're really looking for the best fit for the client. For yourself, Steve, you urge your customers to customize their garage floor however they wish, and you have many choices for garage coating. Do you enjoy wowing your customers with amazing before and after results?
Yes. And we've got a set brochure that has like 41 different colors, combinations of flake. And Alyssa says, well, we have more than Baskin Robbins. They only have 31 flavors. And we have done other customizations where we will say take a tuxedo, which is kind of a standard, very popular color. But someone might say, I'm Irish, so let's add some green to it. And or another popular one is Harley Orange.
Harley Orange, us Broncos fans.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's all what you can think of. I can remember a couple years ago doing a garage. We came in and they had painted the garage Colorado blue. Ooh. And so we came in and we did a Denali, which has got a dominant blue in a tuxedo type blend. And when we installed it, it just looked great. It matched awesome.
Some of these garages are nice and front wings anymore. No wonder people want to hang out in them.
Oh, yeah.
Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, you can see all the services they provide. We're talking about floor coatings for residential or commercial, but also garage storage solutions if you need that as well. The website has great information right there. You're going to learn what colors, what options, maybe care for your floor, maybe even pick up a few great barbecue recipes from Steve right there on the website as well. Read many of the 5-star reviews and then reach out today, as they pride themselves on exceptional customer service and they promise to respond quickly. Once again, that is Colorado Springs Garage Floors, providing experience, integrity, reliability. This is Gary Atensu with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.